You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the March 14th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Yep.
That was me, the water board. Approval of minutes from the meeting of February 28th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held February 28th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the minutes from February 28th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of purchase orders.
Before you, we have a list of 8 purchase orders. First is to LAI. This is phosphate feed pump hose and Allen feed hose for the high pressure pumps that we use to feed the chemicals. $1,721.28. The next is to McCann. This is repairs to backhoe 1. This is confirming the pins that release the digging bucket quit working, and so we had to have them fix it so we can use the equipment properly. The price was $4,973.78. The next item calls construction. This is tuck pointing the office. We noticed some potential water damage in my office and in the restroom, so we called the roofing company out. The roof was new 16 years ago, so we called them out to have them check and make sure there were no issues. Our guys went up first to make sure all the drains were clear, and they were. So they went and they checked out for all the issues. They did a bunch of caulk work and that sort of thing. They put about 22 tubes of caulk up, sealing up different parts of the roof.
Wow.
Where the roof meets the concrete, that all has to be caulked so the water doesn't get underneath. And we got 16 years out of the first installation of caulk, so I guess we're doing pretty good there. And while they were doing that inspection, they noticed a lot of areas of brick on the face of the building, and also the blocks, the blocks across the top of the brick walls. A lot of those had gaps in them where water can get down in, and that soaks down in. And they felt that that was probably as much of a problem as the other. So I contacted this contractor to come out and give me a price, had him look over the building, and there's a lot of areas I saw a lot of those for myself. So, so the estimate he gave us for $22,700. We haven't had any major tuck pointing activity. The best anybody can recollect, somebody was here maybe 20 years ago and did a little bit. So it's probably well past time.
Does this cover the whole building, or at least everything you see?
It's everything that we see.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm hoping that he doesn't find other major issues while he's doing that. There's only so much inspection he can do from the ground.
Sure. Okay.
The next one is to M&K Truck, Truck 9. This is our large dump truck. We had already had a purchase order for $6,144.45 that was approved. In the meantime, they found more problems with the truck that needed to be corrected. They went through a full DOT inspection, inspected everything in addition to the problems we were already having. They found a few more, and so they wanted to get everything done, make the truck right. So that added an extra little over $2,000. So the new purchase order is $8,259.70. Since it's a significant change to the purchase order, and you bring it before you. The next item was to Schaffner tires for truck 5 for $646.23. That's just 2 front tires on one of our crew trucks. They're worn out. So. Next is to USA Blue Book, replacing some fire hoses for basin cleaning. We have some fire hoses that are in good shape, but some of the other ones are in bad shape. So the total cost of that's $3,444.50 to replace the bad ones. The next item is the Bozak Chevrolet. It's auxiliary battery for truck 20 for $1,625.39. That's the new crew truck that we had purchased, and inputting all of the lighting and the inverter on it, the electrician recommended that we add a secondary battery to it so that it doesn't burn up the main battery. So we're having that done by Bozak, so it's under the vehicle warranty. And then the final item is to Pulse. This is a check signer with signature plate for $1,590. The old one is ancient to the point that we cannot get ribbon for it anymore. So we need to buy new ones because the ribbon that we have, Janet keeps twisting it to try and get enough color on the checks to make sure that they're valid.
Oh.
If we don't get that, then you guys have to sign them.
Not a threat. We've been that road.
So that's it for the purchase orders.
All right, we have purchase orders totaling $44,960.88. So we'd like to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 3/14/2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second that we approve the list of purchase orders dated March 14th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Approval of claims.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the list of claims dated March 14th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second that we approve the claims dated March 14th, 2023. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bad debt list. We have a one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of small balances that were left. A couple of larger ones, but most of them are small balances.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the bad debt list dated March 14th, 2023 for bookkeeping purposes only.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the bad debt list dated March 14th for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, old business.
Under old business, I just thought I'd give you an update on some water main projects. At County Road 950 West and 300 North, that's the one that's south of I-94. They're moving along pretty well. We're actually to the point where they've got water main installed all the way down 950 and then down 300 to going underneath 421. And they've actually installed it basically to the A&R pipeline at this point. So we're doing some pressure testing and some bacteriological testing, and hopefully we'll be pretty close to complete with that in the next few weeks. They have a few hundred feet left to do on the far west end of the water main installation, and then they'll be done with installing that.
Are we doing the testing?
We witness all of the pressure testing, and we do all the bacteriological testing. We do the sampling and running those tests. We have Lakefront Drive, a project we should have been done with quite a while ago. We had a lot of combination of air in the line and quite a few small leaks. They were very small, but enough that we couldn't pass pressure testing. It took, basically we ended up having to go out and dig up different parts of the main, and they found quite a few leaks and fixed those. So we ran the pressure test today, and it looked pretty good. So we're gonna test it again, I think tomorrow. and if it passes, then we can get on to the bacteriological testing, and then we'll be able to tie customers to it.
We know what the reason for the main leaks were?
If you remember, this is the one piece of C900 water main that we used, and I'm not sure if it was due to the material itself or if it was due to, we had some relatively new guys doing that install. And I don't know if maybe they put things in a bind or didn't tighten things up quite the right way. So that's the hard part to figure out exactly what the cause is. There's been multiple leaks, so it's not just one thing. It's not like somebody completely forgot to tighten up a fitting. There were other pieces that leaked where we had to cut out a little bit and splice in a piece. So it's one of the concerns that I had using it, but at the same time, we would have just gotten the main like in December if we ordered it for the project, if it was ductile iron. So we wouldn't be, we'd just be starting on this, we'd be finishing it like we are. So, well, hopefully we'll be wrapped up with getting that main in service by next week. And then the US 20 annexation area out by the cemetery. Had a conversation with the mayor and the controller, and it looks like they want to start moving ahead again on that project. And so I'm working on getting an update for the price to get bid specs for the water main material. So once I get that from Haas, I'll bring it before you guys to have that approved, and then we'll work with the city on getting this bid out for the materials to get the project going. They've been moving money they've been moving money from various funds into a fund specifically for this project. So
They haven't secured a grant, have they?
they did not secure any grants. They applied for them, but didn't have any luck securing any.
Okay. Any other old business?
That was it for old business.
New business?
I didn't have any at this time.
Okay, public comments. Comments from our directors.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the Mission City Waterbury meeting of March 14, 2023.
I'll second it.
Second to adjourn, all those in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.